Margaret has lived in Hanover Township for 42 years and is also a volunteer with Morris County Moms Demand Action. In 2018, Mayor Francioli and the Hanover Township Committee considered a proclamation request for Gun Violence Awareness Day, and I very much appreciated that you took that into consideration. However, what the committee proclaimed was a condemnation of, quote, all forms of violence against human beings, unquote, removing the issue of gun violence from the proclamation. Gun violence is an epidemic. Gun violence kills more than 36,000 people every year in this country, more than 100 a day, up since last year when I came here from 96 people a day. Another 80,000 people are injured by firearms annually. A study in the journal Pediatrics found that nearly 1,300 American children die every year from gun-related injuries. 2/3 of gun deaths are by suicide, gun suicide. Americans are more than 25 times more likely to be killed with guns than any other high-income country. It is not an OSHA problem, as you stated in your previous proclamation. It is a uniquely American problem that needs to be addressed. I'm sure you would agree with that. By removing the word gun from your proclamation, you avoided your responsibility as a governing body to recognize this serious problem in our society. And by removing the story of Hadia Pendleton, you negated the very person whose story is representative of stories of thousands of people in this country. So with all that being said, I respectfully request again that the Hanover Township Committee consider proclaiming June 7th to be Gun Violence Awareness Day in Hanover Township. Following, you will find more. There will be more information about our ask. I will give you the form proclamation. The history of Gun Violence Awareness Day is that the color orange has long been a proud history of the gun safety movement, and orange is the color that Hadia Pendleton's friends wore in her honor after she was shot and killed in Chicago at the age of 15, just 1 week after performing at President Obama's second inaugural parade. Whether it's worn by hunters in the woods of Pennsylvania, activists in New York City, or Hadia's loved ones in Chicago, orange honors the 100 lives cut short and the hundreds more wounded by gun violence every day, and that demands action. Since the first National Gun Violence Awareness Day in 2015, hundreds of communities and organizations continue to commemorate the event by wearing orange. Many famous buildings and bridges are lit up in orange throughout the nation. So Wear Orange is calling for an end to gun violence, and I will give you the link that you can click on so that you can learn more about it. The second ask that we have tonight is for Mayor Francioli, and we're asking you to join Mayors Against Illegal Guns. Mayors get the late night calls when a police officer is shot or a child is killed, and they know the toll that violence takes on our communities. In 2006, former New York City Mayor Michael Bloomberg and former Boston Mayor Thomas Menino founded Mayors Against Illegal Guns as a coalition of 15 mayors. They now have 1,000 mayors across the United States that have joined. Together, they lead in promoting and advocating for common sense gun laws that reduce gun violence and save lives. And I will also give you the link so that you can see that. I want you to know that Moms Demand Action is a gun violence prevention group that supports the Second Amendment, but believes that with common sense gun legislation can keep guns out of the hands of dangerous people. We know that with owning guns is not a problem for us, but with the ownership of guns comes responsibility. And so that is what our organization is about. It would be great if you could proclaim at your May 9th meeting this proclamation, and we would be happy to accept it there. and I thank you very much for your time. I will give this to you, the hard copy, and I will also email it to you. I think I have Mr. Giorgio's email, so I'll give this to you. Thank you. I appreciate you all listening.
Thank you for